So I just received notification that I've officially surpassed 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. And so I just want to take a minute to thank all of you guys for your support on this channel, and especially want to thank those of you that have been following me for a long time and supporting my journey. I really truly appreciate it. And also thank you to you guys that are new, just subscribed and just started watching my channel. Thank you so much. And also want to say thank you to all the haters and all the people who've left really nasty comments on my videos and my channel. It's all good. I got nothing but love for you. I understand that we're all on our own journey, and I respect everybody's right to have a different opinion on subjects. And at the end of the day, engagement is still engagement, positive or negative. And so I just want to take a minute to share my reflections and thoughts, and on this whole process with YouTube, because YouTube really has been like a massive self-development program for me. And one of the most important things for me is that it's helped me to develop a healthy relationship with the ego. See, our ego is always going to be a part of us. The ego is not something that you can just completely remove from you. It's always going to be a part of you. And so the key is to develop a healthy, a balanced, healthy relationship with the ego. Because a lot of people, they don't realize just how much the ego controls their life. And what can happen if it's out of balance is that the ego can either keep you playing too small in life, where you're too scared to pursue any of your goals, dreams, or opportunities because your ego wants to protect the fragile bubble of your the identity that you perceive, that the world perceives you as, and you don't want anything to tarnish that identity. Maybe you want to open up a juice bar or something, but your ego's nervous that you could fail, and then maybe you'll lose some money, and but really that all comes down to the ego. Because what's the worst case scenario that could happen? If you pursued your dream, say for example opening up a juice bar. Okay, say it doesn't work out, and financially you lost all your money. Then what? Okay, then maybe you'd have to move in with a family member, or maybe you didn't have a family member. Maybe you'd have to, live in a homeless shelter. Okay, but there's still available options. It's just maybe your ego doesn't like those options, and your ego says, you know what, my identity is more important to me than taking a chance and ending up sleeping in a, having to be like a homeless person, or having to live with a family member. So because your ego is, obsessed with protecting your identity, then it can keep you playing small in your life, or doing videos, for example, YouTube. That's one of the biggest reasons why people would never dream of doing YouTube videos and videos, because their ego keeps them playing small, where it's like, oh gosh, they don't want to deal with having the thought of people from all over seeing their videos and judging them and getting negative comments and all this, and again, that's when our ego is out of we don't have a healthy relationship with the ego, and it's out of balance, and it's keeping us from playing small. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, if your ego gets too large, then what can happen is it can close off your mind. It can, and that's one of the worst things for growth, is when you get a closed mind, because all of a sudden you think you know everything, and it's like, you know what, I can't, it's. And I see this happen all the time with people. All of a sudden they'll start getting some traction on social media, and then all of a sudden it's like they can no longer, take advice or whatever. It's like they know everything. They've got it all figured out, and it's like, and they think, and then people, if your ego gets too big, you start to see yourself better than other people, because it's, because you do yoga, then that means you're better than other people. Or because you don't drink and maybe you live a sober lifestyle, then you think that you're better than other people that smoke pot and drink or whatever. But really that's just the ego, because you're no more or no less than anybody. We're all connected. That's just the ego playing games with us. And so you want to try to find a healthy balance with the ego. And in my opinion, a healthy balance with the ego is when you're able to, is having healthy self-esteem, where you can step into your power and not be afraid to share your message, your gifts with the world. Maybe you want to produce art, but you're worried about what other people might think about your art. Well, you want to be able to get to the place where you just can put out your art out there, regardless of what other people think about it. You're just putting it out there because that is because your self-esteem, you have that good healthy self-esteem and a healthy relationship with your ego, where it's not too big, not too large, not too small, but it's just right to be able to help you to step into your power and in your passion in your life. I see doing YouTube and social media kind of as a way of me, as my art, and a way of expressing my artistic ability, where, coming from somebody that used to be terrified of public speaking and used to lack a tremendous amount of confidence, then I've come so far to now be able to speak on camera. I've had millions of people see my videos from all over the world. I've been able to coach hundreds of people one-on-one. I'm tremendously proud of how far I've been able to come, but I always try to remind myself to stay humble, to not get caught up in thinking that I'm better than other people just because I'm doing YouTube videos or I have a social media following. But then I also try to remind myself not to allow my ego to keep me playing small. That if there's something that I want to pursue in my life, I try to think, okay, like, what is it that's holding me back? Is it my ego and the fear factor that, if it doesn't work out, then, I'm scared of what other people are going to think about me and my identity is going to be damaged because of this. And so by doing videos on a regular basis, it's helped me to develop a healthier relationship with my ego, where I know for a long time, I would get so much anxiety in putting out a video, because when I would put out a video, I would be like terrified to look the next day to see how many thumbs up or thumbs down that I got, or if I got negative comments. And it took me a while to get over that. I can just still remember that like gut feeling, where now, that's been a long time since I felt like that. Now I just put up video. I get every single day. I wake up and I see hateful comments from people calling me a bald-headed moron and an idiot, and and all kinds of just things, the awful things that people try to say to hurt me. But it doesn't bother me anymore, because I understand that that these types of people that are saying these types of things, that it's just a reflection of their inside, and they've probably been through a lot of abuse in their life, and because they haven't worked on inner healing and forgiveness, that they're just passing on their unresolved issues to the world. And so you got to understand that when you get these haters and these negative comments, that a lot of times it's that is just the self is always shining through. And so that's a way of their self shining through, and that they still have more inner work to do. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. Again, I'm not trying to compare myself, and I try to remind myself that I'm not better than these people, and I'm not worse. We're all on our own journey, and we're just at different stages of life, and we all are connected. We all are connected. I try to see us all as one of the same family, everything all interconnected. And so I feel like doing something like YouTube I know it's not for everybody, but it can be a powerful way to grow as a human being and to help step into your power. And for me, one of the best things also that it's allowed me to do, it's allowed me to step into my I feel like it's helped me to find more of my purpose in life, which is teaching and helping others. Because and really, I know this may sound kind of deep, but through all my research and everything, what I personally feel, in my opinion, is that our two main purposes in our life, this is just my own opinions, but our two main purposes in life is, number one, to know thyself through massive research and education, to have a more thorough understanding of the world and how everything works, the anatomy of your body, and the truth about nature and everything. And then that only comes through research, self-reflection, meditation, and so forth. So knowing thyself, I feel, is the number one most important thing. And then number two, it's hard to say which one is most important, but then our other main purpose is to teach others, to enlighten others, to help others to awaken on the journey. And that's I feel that that's our main purpose in our life, is just those, simple as that. Not about stacking money and stacking a bank account and making lots of money in mansions and statuses and all this. Just simply to know thyself through education, research, and then turn around and helping to enlighten others. Once you've become enlightened and starting to through your own discovery and research, then to take the time and to help others to wake up, help them out in their journey. And through this YouTube journey has helped me to step into that and discover really what makes me most happiest in life, and my main passions in life. Because I am obsessed with researching and education and learning. It arguably is my number one most favorite thing that I love to do in the world, is studying and researching, learning. Like, I mean, I'm always either reading a book, listening to an audiobook, or watching a documentary. I mean, it's kind of an obsession. It's one of my favorite things to do, if not the single most favorite thing that I love to do. And then and one of the best ways to learn is by teaching others. So that's what I love about social media and YouTube, is it's given me a portal to be able to help solidify that of what I'm learning, is that I can turn around and teach what I'm learning to help solidify the principles of that of what I'm learning. But the whole process of it is very fulfilling for me. And I found that it's brought more happiness and fulfillment into my life than I ever would have imagined, than any monetary amount of money. I've had the good fortune of making a lot of money at a young age, losing it and making a lot of money and losing them several times in my life. And I'm grateful for all of it, because it's, and I realize now how everything happened exactly the way that it was supposed to. But it's through this whole YouTube process has taught me about what brings me truly the most fulfillment and the most joy in my life, which is continually researching education, which I love to do, and then teaching others. So that's what, it's like a perfect balance. I get to educate, learn, and then I coach people one-on-one. I get to do videos, I do posts on my social media channels, and I have so many topics that I want to share about. I mean, for every one video that I put out, I have about 20 more that I get ideas for, that I want to, because I'm constantly reading and learning, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to do a video on this. And so doing YouTube has also helped me to improve my creativity, because I notice when times go by, when I don't do videos for a while, that all of a sudden that creative part of me will start to die down. But when I'm doing videos on a regular basis, it's like all day. I'm constantly thinking of video ideas, like, oh my gosh, I gotta write this down. I could do a whole video on and it's like that creative side of me is just exploding. And so that's been a great benefit as well for me, is exercising that creativity. And the interesting thing is about YouTube is that, this is something that I would do with or without the money. I mean, I'll always be doing videos as long as I'm alive and capable of doing it, and count on it that, I'm not going anywhere. I'm always going to be putting out content. If anything, just more and more content, deeper content, better quality content, and so forth. But yeah, I mean, it's just been such an amazing journey, and I'm truly grateful for all of it. And I know I can ramble sometimes, so I want to keep this somewhat short, because this is just supposed to be a thank you video, but thought I would share a little bit about the journey. But for those of you guys who are interested in doing a YouTube channel or something like that, my advice is just go for it. Don't overthink it. Just start with what you got. Use your cell phone. That's still what I use. I just do videos with my cell phone, upload them on the first take. Don't overthink about it. Don't worry about the haters, what people are gonna say about you. You get used to it. It's not a big deal. And the more content that you put out there, what'll happen is that some will gain traction, some will go viral, some won't, some will go mini viral, some will gain traction. But the more content that you put out there, the more that you increase the odds in your favor that some of them will start to go viral. And then the more views you get, the more percentage of people that'll subscribe to your channel. And before you know it, it can open up a lot of doors for you, just like it did for me. Through YouTube, it's allowed me to make, it's now become one of my main sources of income in my life. It's allowed me to make a lot of different financial opportunities have come up through my life through YouTube, which I'm really grateful for. So, that was a pretty butterfly adjustment, but love being out here in nature. I get distracted, all the prettiness going on. So yeah, just go for it, guys. Don't overthink about it. Just put the content out there. Keep pounding out content, and the more stuff you put out there, then inevitably you're gonna start to get a following. Slowly but surely, you're gonna start to get subscribers, and before you know it, you'll start to learn about what you're passionate about. For me, I'm constantly evolving. What I'm doing videos on now, I probably will not be doing videos on a year from now. So it's an evolving process, and you'll start to feel what you resonate most with, and what you get the most joy from and passion, and then you can explore ways to make money with YouTube if that's your desire, or just do it truly from the heart, which has been kind of my thing from the beginning. I never got into YouTube thinking about it for money. It was just purely something that I enjoyed doing. I felt it just was a natural calling for me to get on here. It felt very fulfilling. And I guess just the way the universe works, I started finally getting rewarded financially from all my hundreds of videos that I've put out there, which is great. I'm truly grateful for that. But one way or another, without the money, I'm always going to keep putting out content just because it's it's very fulfilling to me. And I love the email when I get private emails from people telling me how because of my videos they've lost weight, or maybe they quit drinking, or maybe they were able to get off drugs, or maybe I inspired them to quit their job and now they're doing a new business, or get out of a miserable relationship, or whatever. That to me is the most fulfilling thing, is getting these emails that I get from people that it's just, you can't put a price tag on that, knowing that you've truly impacted someone's life so much that they've made just a major change in their life, and then they take the time to contact you, letting you know that because of one of your videos that was, or a couple of your videos, that was the cause. And I think that's so awesome, a way to put the the way to pay it forward. If you put out some positive messages out there, sure, they're you can get attacked by people who are going to try to attack you. I've heard it all. But you got to focus more so on the people that it could benefit. And just know that, even if it's just one person that you change their life, you save their life. I've had people now who've contacted me over the years, multiple people who, because of my content, decided not to commit suicide. And so think about that. Even if just one person, you save their life or change their life, completely change it, isn't that worth it? And so that's what you want to focus on. Think more on that, on what, on shedding light and how you can potentially help people, than on the trolls and people judging you and things like that. Because remember, that comes down to the balance of the ego. And you want to, and this can teach you how to have a healthy relationship with the ego, where you're not too inflated, thinking that you're better than everybody and you're more supreme than everybody, and also not allowing your ego to keep you playing small, never taking any risks with your life, taking any chances or anything, because you might damage your identity. So food for thought, guys. But anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for all you guys who've supported me. As always, I'm going to keep putting out more content and videos, lots of great things to come. Guys, you have no idea the things that I'm going to be putting out, going to blow your mind. I'm just lots of good stuff to come. So with that being said, guys, hope you're all having a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year. Let's make it a great life. See ya.